The top 10% of men are getting all the women, all of them. The pick of the litter? But how true is it?
In the modern dating world, it has become increasingly apparent that a small percentage of men seem to have their pick of the women. Studies have shown that approximately 10% of men attract the majority of female attention, leaving the remaining 90% struggling to find a suitable partner.
Damn.
This phenomenon can be attributed to a variety of factors, including physical appearance, earnings, and popularity. One of the most significant factors that contribute to the success of these men is their physical appearance.
Physical appearance. You know, it's not surprising we have so many gym bros nowadays and so many men like literally live in the gym, because it doesn't matter what women say. Men know appearance matters. Have a look at this.
Please stop dating ugly men. Please stop dating ugly men, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm someone that has dated men that are very conventionally attractive and men that are not so conventionally attractive. Okay. Very, very not conventionally attractive, okay? I have never, ever been more over than by the men that were ugly.
Wow. Somewhat of an arrogant woman, saying she's dated both hot and ugly men, some ugly men. Not very appealing, but she was treated worse by the ugly men. And that's interesting. On one hand, you can understand. On the other hand, you can ask, what, did she assume that because he was not very good looking that he was going to be a pushover? He didn't have a backbone? I'm just saying, I'm asking.
Ever. I was cheated on, gaslit, lied to by the ugly men. Wow. The attractive men, however, men that have had beautiful women in their life, men that have girls in their DMs and beautiful women coming to them all around them, they never cheated on me. They never lied to me. They never gaslit me. Whereas the ugly ones...
Now, is it that the good-looking ones didn't do that? Or you just never noticed because you were lying to yourself and convincing yourself that they weren't doing anything because you were so lost to them? No, you know, that could be BS. However, indeed, in having a lot of options, there's a lack of desperation, isn't there? I mean, if you really do have so many women available to you, it's like, yeah, I don't need to rush anything. I don't need to jump anywhere. I don't need to beg for anything. So on one hand, you can understand. Really having that many women available to you, it sort of makes you more laid back, doesn't it?
And I have a theory as to why this is.
Why?
I think that ugly men, or men that have never had beautiful women in their life, they become so obsessed with this idea of getting beautiful women that they never can fully know what they have because they always think there's something better. Or it's because they've never had a beautiful woman in their life. Once they get a beautiful woman, they think to themselves, oh my God, if I got her, then I can get someone else. And if I can get someone else, then I can get someone else. Whereas a hot guy realizes, I can really have the pick of the litter, but I choose her.
I get your point. It makes sense. However, do you also think that a lot of women are naive enough to believe that they're choosing a man, that they're shopping down for a man because they believe no one else wants him? Therefore, he's going to love me to death because he's so ugly. No other woman's going to want him. Yeah? So my point is, do some women trip over their own feet in trying to shop down for a man because they think other women don't want him, not thinking that other women are going to think the same about that man? Yeah, just saying.
And I think it's just a different mentality. And seriously, I look back at all my past relationships and the guys with the abs and the jawlines, they never cheated on me. They never lied to me. They never got... Whereas the ugly ones, the ones who were ugly, just absolutely terrible, the worst. And you're going to say to me, that's just the men you pick. That's just the men you pick. It's with my friends as well. All the men that they've dated that are ugly, I've always them over. So everyone's just like, a girl would never date me. A girl would never date me because I'm unattractive. Nah, it's because there's some wrong with you.
It's interesting, isn't it? The perspectives of how people view the world based on how they look, or how people see them and how they look to other people. So on one hand, she's saying certain men have lower value because they don't look as good. However, still giving those men access is giving them the value and respect to get other women. So yeah, a lot of men are reckless, but sometimes it's using women's shallowness against them.
In your head a little bit. Always, if a man's never had a baddie before and you're his first baddie, you're gonna get absolutely over. I promise you. I swear to he's gonna ruin your life.
Is their physical appearance. Research has shown that women are more likely to be attracted to men who are tall, muscular, and have symmetrical facial features. These men are often deemed to be more attractive and therefore have a higher success rate in dating.
Which is an obvious point. The better the looks, the more options one has.
Another contributing factor is earnings. It is no secret that women are often attracted to men who are financially stable and successful. Men who have high-paying jobs or successful careers often have a higher status in society.
Money. So now from the looks, the 10% of looks, the 10% of earners. Yeah? The money. Have a look at this.
I'm surprised a lot of you haven't heard the stories of what happens to influencers and S-workers in Dubai. So let me tell you what I know. I know this because I've either been offered it firsthand or know someone who's done it. Men over there have dumb money. I cannot even fathom the amount of money that they have. Literally a Lambo or a $10 million house is just, it wouldn't even put a dent in their bank account.
A Lambo's nothing to them. You see, you can go to the shop and buy milk. They can go buy milk and a Lambo. Wouldn't cost anything. Wouldn't cost a damn thing. So imagine how much a woman would cost. Imagine how much women would cost to these men. Nothing. Nothing. Just the thought of the amount of money these men have. Women are going to throw themselves, aren't they? And do damn near anything.
And when you have that sort of money, you can get whatever you want when you want, which means girl after girl, they have seen everything. And when you've seen everything and you have endless amounts of money, you start to get bored and go looking for the next thing to give you that thrill. So they'll find an influencer who has like 5 million followers on Instagram, pay her an obscene amount of money. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, depends how far you want to go. To basically come over and humiliate her. And we're talking some really bad stuff. Like Brown Town, what comes out their back door and into said influencer's mouth.
Damn, wow, that's nasty. I don't know if I'm going to have to mute some of this out. Oh, but for money. Yeah? When you're talking top 10% of money, I mean, for a woman, what's too far? What's too far? These are some of the richest men in the world. What's too far? What's too far? A little pocket change for him is probably more money than she's seen in the past few years of her life. Yeah? This points out again, why would these men even need to care? Why would the top 10% of men need to care? There's like a revolving door of women.
There's a lot of that stuff that goes on. They enjoy degrading women. I've heard of animals getting involved. Like, how far are you willing to go? They've got the money for it. Obviously, not everyone's going to get treated this way when they get invited over there, but this is just what I know. These things take place in the middle of nowhere, whether it's on a yacht or in the middle of the desert. Obviously, none of this stuff is allowed in their country. If you're like a businessman or they want to show off to you, a lot of the time they'll drive you out to the middle of nowhere where there'll be these like massive tent set up, and not just a mediocre tent, like we're talking a tent that you go inside and it looks like a luxury resort. They'll have countries lined up one after the other: Australia, US, UK, Germany, France, whatever.
Wow. You see, whereas 90% of men would have to go on the internet and actually look for a selection of women to either try to date or, you know, watch some corn and crack one off to, that's their selection. But some men are rich enough to have a real selection. Yeah. A real selection. They say money can't buy everything. I mean, it's strange how much women you can buy with money and how easily a lot of women will sell out for money.
Country has women from that country and you can just take your pick of whatever one you want. And like, who knows if these women even agreed to be there? Probably don't know where they are. They're in Dubai. Like, what are they going to do? Go to the authorities?
Now I get your point. Calling a bit of cap. They know money's there. Women can smell money. Don't let them fool you.
Tell them what they've been doing. I can't imagine it ending well for them if they did. I guess you can speculate like why you think that they do this, but I personally think it's just like a power move. Like, they enjoy watching beautiful women get degraded. And I guess they
Or you mean degrade themselves? Degrade themselves? Money, come on.
feel like a sense of ownership over you. The whole thing is horrible. I wouldn't step foot in that country purely because of what I do for work. It would be game over for me if I went over there and got caught. Who knows if you would even get out once you're there. And I just value my life too much to risk that.
I'm sure you do. Okay.
Making them more appealing to potential partners. Popularity is also a key factor in why some men seem to have all the luck. Men who are well-known or well-liked in their social circles are often perceived as more desirable by women. These men have a certain charm and charisma that sets them apart from the rest, making them more attractive to the opposite sex.
The popularity and charisma. Yeah? Have a look at this.
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect.
In the sunshine, Cam Newton being interviewed by Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I think I said that correctly. Now, obviously, this interview is going viral because, man's got 8 kids and he's being questioned like, how can you even manage taking care of 8 kids? But the point is, this is Cam Newton. He wants 3 more kids, guaranteed. He knows, I know, I think we all know, he can create 3 more kids. Because regardless of this interview, he's still popular, he's still rich, he's still Cam Newton. There are women who are going to throw drawers at him because of who he is, popular he is. Yes, for the money, obviously, a guaranteed check every month to pop out a baby for Cam Newton. The point is, he's getting dragged across the internet, mostly by women and men, obviously, as well, because I don't agree with this myself. However, the point is, I know he can have another 3 baby mothers if he wants to. We all do. His popularity and status is enough. So if it's not the looks, if it's not the money, it's a status and popularity. And for some women, he's got all 3. Please. It's weird when women are confused and they act shocked. When the top 10% of men are so reckless, it's like, why wouldn't they be? They can afford to be. They can always afford to be. Why? There's always more women. There's always more women. So Cam Newton's wrong, but so are the women. And so will be the future women because he knows they're coming.
Let's stay here. Your life entirely or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
Oh, man. Again, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with creating so many just broken homes. But again, he can afford to be so egotistical, can't he?
Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want
how
God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just.
Because
bring him,
my
okay.
point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears.
His fears, yes. I get her point. However, she should also point out he's not desperate and does not need to be. He can be irrational and think, yeah, a better woman's probably going to come along. A better chick may come along. He's probably looking at you, doctor, and thinking, hey, I probably put a baby in you. Yeah. Obviously, she wasn't biting, but yeah. So he could be cautious and scared and hesitant because he knows he can make another baby. But can he make all that money back if a woman takes half or more?
But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there.
And I agree with her with that. This is why I don't agree with men just, having so many babies all over the place. Nick Cannon's got 11. Elon Musk has got, 11 or 12, I think? And no, these are all rich men. These are all famous men. They all have status and clout and money, which means they'll always have access to women. Interesting, isn't it?
This discrepancy in dating success can create a rift in the dating world, leading to feelings of inadequacy and jealousy among the 90% of men who are not as successful in attracting women. This can lead to a competitive and toxic dating environment, where men feel pressured to live up to unrealistic standards in order to attract a partner. Furthermore, the imbalance in dating success can also lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation for both single men and women. In a world where a small percentage of men seem to have all the women, many individuals may struggle to find a suitable partner, leading to feelings of loneliness and frustration.
Interesting.
In conclusion, the fact that 10% of men seem to get all the women can have significant implications for the dating world. From physical appearance and earnings to popularity, there are a variety of factors that contribute to the success of these men. This can create a rift in the dating world, causing feelings of inadequacy and loneliness among those who do not fit the mold of the ideal partner. It is important for individuals to remember that attraction is subjective and that there is someone out there for everyone.
Wow, even AI is saying there's someone out there for everyone. It has to, try to be balanced at the end, doesn't it? Even a machine, wow, machine. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie, AI. It's okay.
Regardless of societal standards of attractiveness.
When someone tells you that your clock is ticking, tell them damn right, I'm the bomb.
Explosive. Even if 10% of the men in the world are desired, the reality is most of the women in the world will never get to, let alone get close to, the top 10% of men in the world. It's their delusion that will keep a lot of them single forever. Have a nice day.